friends. This is the Empire of Lies program, in which we talk about the manipulation and disinformation of the Russian mass media. When propaganda calls horror, what exactly does Solovyov promise, and why is it important for Europe? In recent days, the Russian airwaves converge on one note. Petrel and Poseidon are not cartoons, but reality. In Vladimir Solovyov, this turns into the thesis, "It's time to fuck." Next is the usual chain in his show, "The West degraded." The Tomahawks do not solve anything, Kyiv is a clown regime, and Russia, if necessary, will use nuclear weapons, together with Belarus, according to the statutes and regulations, how to fight with NATO countries. These are not just emotional outbursts of the TV host. Before us is a programmatic matrix for the justification of further escalation, including the preparation of the audience for nuclear blackmail and the legitimization of retaliatory strikes on Europe. Below is about exactly what is said and why. 1. Normalization of the nuclear threat. Solovyov's key move is to shift the conversation about new systems, Petrel Poseidon, into the combat readiness mode. It's time, let's fuck. The phrase is pronounced as if from the face of the men, the collective people. This moves the frame from the area of we have shown the technology to the area of we are able to apply it. An important detail is the reference to Belarus. We sit down with Putin, we consult, and we are afraid. This is how Moscow publicly draws Minsk into the scheme of nuclear complicity, dissolving responsibility. The strike is no longer just Russia, it is the Union. For Europe, this means that the threat and the means of its delivery are geographically closer, and the logic of decision-making is more vague. Political meaning, it will replace the taboo on discussing a nuclear strike, turn impossible into considerable. In the everyday speech of the presenter, the nuclear theme is presented as aesthetic, it's beautiful, and as pedagogical, others will understand. This is normalization. Everyone's watching, everyone's understanding. When it became clear that Borovestnik and Poseidon were real, the men's first line was, "It's time. Let's get cracking." And the West, they've degraded to such a level that it's embarrassing for them. These statements by Trump and his team show the colossal degradation of their expertise. This doesn't mean America doesn't have high-level expertise. I don't know. I haven't been to America in a long time. But even if these people exist, they don't reach Trump. What Trump, Hexit, and those other people are saying shows they're not really in the know. And, of course, this country immediately engages in counter-PR. 2. Abolition of Western subjectivity. The second strong narrative is to devalue the decisions of the USA and NATO. Tomahawks. What's the difference? They will pass everything they can. Scientists in the Suwalk corridor? You'll just die. This hyperbolization does two things at once. 1. It discourages the Russian audience from taking Western signals seriously, that is, there is no need, to give in and seek a compromise. 2. It sends a reverse signal to Europeans. Any of your reactions will be declared empty, which means that the only language is fear. Solovyov says it directly. Hegemony is based on intimidation, not on mutual obligations. Political meaning, close the de-escalation window. If any step by the West is by definition nothing, all that remains is to raise the stakes. That is, to do something that confirms the picture of Solovyov's power. 3. Denial of occupation goals in Ukraine. With simultaneous de-Europeanization of Europe, Solovyov declares, "We were not going to take Kyiv in 3 days and go to Poland. That's not what it's about." Outwardly, this seems more moderate than the previous bravado, but then comes dehumanization. Europe is reduced to values that are ridiculed, Ukrainian statehood to the disappearing people, and the legitimacy of the leader to the set of offended. Political sense. For the domestic audience, it will calm the fear of endless war. We are not going to occupy half of Europe. We have other plans. From an external point of view, they take away Europe's moral status. If its values are negligible, then the very project of resisting aggression is immoral. 4. Kinematograph weapons, submarine Khabarovsk as a theatre. The plot about the launch of Khabarovsk, the carrier of Poseidon, is presented as a national holiday. Solovyov represents how many diapers were running countries with a long coastline. This is pure theatrics of intimidation, political meaning, not so much to report a military technical fact as to create a picture of invulnerability and irreversibility of the strike. In this picture, Europe is the coast victim, and Russia is the author of the scenario. Think, analyze, draw conclusions, and do not let yourself be deceived.